Where the hell have you been? I had a very difficult couple of weeks. I'm in a new city. My cat died. She was 19. I feel like when you take care of a being for that long, it really feels like something has been ripped out of you. And I had 2 cats for a very long time. The other one died this past May. So it's really weird not having them. So I'm just practicing for this year, which is full of change. And this week gives us a little preview of it. Earlier this year, I learned about how grief can sneak up on you and ruin your life. And you don't realize it until it's too late. So I really don't want this to happen again. Anyway, being in a new city with none of my friends, cat friends, who I took care of for 2 decades, really feels very desolate and blank. I think losing a loved one is never easy. It can be a little easier if you have the good fortune to have some other support systems in place. And I don't have many in like a new space. I'm not really like where I've fully landed yet, so I can't even like nest. It's just like a traveler. Happy New Year. And these are the first videos I've skipped since I started doing videos. So it feels like particularly everything falling apart-ish. In other news, Happy New Year. The calendar is on sale. It is $20. You get the special edition with the regular edition. The special edition is the one with the black background until it sells out. And it comes with a printable PDF of the wall calendar and a digital calendar customized to your birth chart. You put your birth data in a form when you buy it, and then a few days later you'll get an ICS file, notifications of transits to your natal chart. And if you already have that, because some people already have that, I can make you just email me and I can think of a different custom calendar to give you if you want. Or if you want a print calendar to give to a friend and you already have the digital transit calendar, I'm happy to throw in another print calendar. Anyway, so there's that. The special edition plus the regular calendar is normally $49. This week contains a number of shifts. On Monday, Mars moves back into Cancer. This will bring back into focus events from October 5th through November 3rd. And it'll have something to do with whatever Mars rules in your chart, whatever houses coincide with the signs of Scorpio and Aries, and wherever Mars is natally. And if you don't know where Mars is natally, I have a free course on how to read your own chart, which is linked below. Monday has like a general changes coming feeling. It's mostly like maybe uplifting and a little bit silly, maybe a little bit confusing. If you need to like fill out a form correctly, Monday might not be the day. Sunday was probably also not the day for that. If you wake up early in the morning is cuter than the rest of the day. The rest of the day, you just have the moon squaring the sun, so the moon entering its second quarter. We're building an energy, which I need. That was a rough, dark moon for me. And then the rest of the second part of Monday, the moon is just applying to a trine with Mercury, emphasizing that Mercury-Neptune square that just completed. Confusing, weird, imaginative. Can you do something creative on that day? When I write, which I haven't written, I haven't done anything for weeks. I've just stared at the ceiling and thought about my girl who has left us and my guy who left us back in May. Anyway, when I write, I first invoke the muses, using the Orphic hymn to the muses. Then I like to do a lying down meditation, and I have all my writing set up ready to go. If I'm writing on a computer, I have the app I like to write in, which is Obsidian because it has a black background, ready to go, computer open, so that when I sit up, I can just lurch up like Frankenstein and start writing. Monday could be okay for that if you have to do something mercurial, creative writing. There's also like your silliness or your attempts at creative writing or whatever might be met with some frustration from somewhere else because the moon in Aries is technically squaring Mars, which has just entered Cancer, and it'll go exact on Tuesday. So aggro, Mars retrograde in Cancer, that's gut-wrenching. That is butthurt to the point of like breaking things. It's a little rough. Things are going to get hold on to your butts. And the same for the first part of Tuesday. The moon is squaring Mars. The moon in Aries is squaring Mars in Cancer for the first part of the day. Then the moon, thankfully, moves into Taurus, where it is now squaring Pluto. So it's a different kind of complicated and potentially unpleasant, maybe even in a secret way, like being somehow secretly undermined in your efforts to feel good and have nice things and enjoy affection. Late afternoon into the night, it gets a little better. It's the moon in Taurus, the exalted moon, making a sextile, which is Venus's aspect. It's a gentle, if you want to, temporary embodied pleasures aspect with the moon's current ruler, Venus, in the sign of her exaltation. So if you can make it to Tuesday evening, that's really nice. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater Monday or Tuesday. Don't get up and flip the table over. There's a little light at the end of the tunnel at the end of Tuesday. And we're also getting to the end. Are you sick of Mercury in Sagittarius yet? Because I am. I am and I'm not. There are some parts that I like about it. But it's finally over. Because on Wednesday, Mercury finally moves into Capricorn. We had a long Mercury retrograde, if you missed it. I missed a lot of it. We missed a lot of it together. I hope you were able to navigate it. This is more calculating, more bean counter Mercury in a good way, because we all need that now. We can't just float through our days staring at the ceiling, singing silly songs, running around, saying whatever we want. Now things get a little bit serious. You might be able to actually get some things done. It's going to be nice. I'm excited. Also in the middle of the day, the moon makes a sextile with Saturn. So the exalted moon in Taurus, sextile Saturn in Pisces, ruling Mercury, now in Capricorn. So the moon, so there is like, you're supported in having a day of actually functioning properly, finally. I just completely gave up. I haven't checked my emails in 2 months. I've been through a great emotional, life-changing end of an era experience. I'm overwhelmed. I can really see how Jupiter is in detriment in Gemini. I have too many emails. I can't even look at my emails. Okay, anyway, so Wednesday is a day you could enjoy. You have the potential to enjoy feeling effective after several weeks of just not feeling effective. Order the calendar. I'm going to check my emails. And Wednesday night, you might get a little jolt because the moon is applying to Uranus, and it doesn't go exact until Thursday morning. But after a long day of actually getting things done, you might have some fun or experience some sort of surprise, or sometimes Uranus can be upsetting. I don't know if I could handle any more of that, but right now, that is a possibility. Uranus is unexpected, so it's agnostic of good or bad. So Thursday, on days when the moon conjoins Mars or Uranus early in the morning, those are always great mornings to wake up early. So if you want to start your New Year's resolution of waking up early, Thursday is a good day for that. And the moon sextiles Neptune on Thursday and in rapid succession Mars, because Mars is trining Neptune on Sunday. So we'll get a taste of what goes exact on Sunday. That's building. The moon is our activator of the zodiac. That's building on Thursday. So that's like flow states. Maybe good for Wednesday. That's also like, it's fallen Mars, trining Neptune in Pisces. So pretty weird, pretty, we're feeling effective with Mercury things, but maybe Mars things like your drive. That's another reason why I've just been staring at the ceiling, being sad. Mars is retrograde. Our energy has taken a nosedive, and it could be like long periods of no energy, and then there could be some just like breaking point where like a flash bomb, flash bang. So not only is Mars retrograde, but it's making contact with Neptune, and it's potentially constructive. So whatever Mars rules for you, if there's some sort of like creative, protective, compassionate thing that you can do. Lean into that. Otherwise, just know that if you still don't feel effective, if you're able to maybe do some bare minimum digital knowledge work on Wednesday and nothing else, that's okay. Give yourself a break. Thursday evening, the moon moves into Gemini, so that is very different. Thankfully, the moon is not making contact with fallen Mars retrograde right now. It's something totally different. We have the moon trining Pluto, and then the rest of the night applying to an early Friday morning square with Venus. So complicated, powerful, privy to the secret underworld of power, currently residing in our infrastructure, currently residing in the protocol layer. Like, can you do something constructive with blockchain? It's not money, it's just a secret form of tracking every single thing. Like, if you get people excited about it, then people will be excited about tracking every single thing for the purpose of training AI to create a stomach brain or Eye of Sauron for the entire world eventually, which will transition us into Pluto and Pisces in 2044, where we'll start to get our very spirituality hijacked. Anyway, Moon in Gemini, second half of Thursday. Friday, the first part of Friday is uplifting. It might be a bit much. It's the moon conjoining Jupiter in Gemini. This is the first video I've made without my cat in my life. I'm really leaning into being sad, so just let me do it. I'll get over it soon. I'll get over it on camera soon. Anyway, first half of Friday, exciting, uplifting, optimism, maybe a bit much, but we'll take it. I'll take it. But directly after that, the moon squares Saturn. Moon in Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces. So you might want to connect with people, and instead you have to say Saturn mantra 108 times. Saturday, things get a little more complicated with the nodes shifting into Pisces and Virgo. Rather, things get complicated in a different area of life. So whatever the Pisces Virgo part of your chart is, if you don't know that, I have a free course. It's linked below. And I'll also start sending emails again soon. This has been a very heavy, confusing, and busy year. Just cracking my knuckles for 2025. The nodes move into Pisces and Virgo, and you'll see we got a taste of this back in the fall, September 17th through October 2nd of 2024. That was a lunar eclipse on the North Node in Pisces, and then a solar eclipse on the South Node in Libra. In the spring, on March 14th, we'll have a lunar eclipse on the South Node in Virgo and a solar eclipse on the North Node in Aries. So even though the nodes have shifted signs, the eclipse is a lunation in Aries. So our last one, eclipse seasons happen every 6 months. The past 2 eclipse seasons have been like a changing of the guard into this new Pisces more button, Virgo less button. I keep seeing like packaging that's like rainbows and unicorns and like psychedelic, like walking around mushrooms and like weird drippy 70s art, which I've always loved, but that's very like peak Neptune in Pisces. And with the North Node moving into Pisces, we're going to get a lot more of that. It's going to be really interesting with the North Node in Pisces and Neptune transitioning out. It's like all the Pisces stuff going out with a bang for another approximately year and a half. So things are getting weirder, things are getting delusional. And with the South Node in Virgo, that's like, Virgo is the opposite of Pisces. So there will be like there's a releasing, the realm of being meticulous and accurate about everything is taking a break. So this shift in tone, it will be more prominent, and the first major stirrings of the change it will bring will be March 14th through 29th. Also on Saturday, the moon squares Neptune, so we're getting more of that Mercury square Neptune. It's an excellent pairing with the nodes moving into Pisces and Virgo. So excellent pairing with the South Node in Virgo is a good old Mercury Neptune square supported by the moon right now. So you thought you could get things done on Wednesday, or we thought we were done with the Mercury Neptune square, but it turns out we get like another taste of it. Anyway, in the evening on Saturday, the moon moves into Cancer. So normally that's nice. That's the moon in its domicile, functioning properly, getting our needs met, feeling good. However, there will be problems with that, as the moon is technically with Mars, although the moon won't conjoin Mars tonight, nor will it tomorrow, Sunday. The moon makes other aspects before it conjoins Mars, but it's moon co-present Mars, so likely to be aggro, on pins and needles, hot tempers, quick tempers that ignite to an extent that's unwarranted is a danger. It might just be building Sunday, Saturday night, and all of Sunday. Is basically the full moon in Cancer. I know it says that the full moon in Cancer is on Monday, but Sunday night is the full moon. So there's definitely something up with this Mars retrograde being activated. There's some activation. The moon is our activator. Some activation of Mars retrograde, like different from the violence we experienced worldwide on New Year's. They're like different types of like weird violent outbursts. This will be it'll be different, like obviously a different event, but like a change in tone in the weird surprise violence. So if you've heard like superstitions about like don't go out on a bad full moon, this might be one of those to like just be maybe question the number of risk-taking behaviors you are wanting to do because you're full of energy on Sunday night. But the rest of the day, Sunday, so the moon doesn't aspect Mars on Sunday. We just have the Mars-Neptune trine going exact. So whatever Mars is for you, make it weird, make it so you can't put your finger on it. So don't try to decide what it is, whatever Mars is in your life, because you'll be wrong. It will turn to jelly and run through your fingers. And my Mercury is Mars ruled. I think that's what's happening now with me trying to explain this. Also, the first part of Sunday is nice, like okay Sunday brunch maybe if you're gonna leave the house, or Sunday brunch at your home or whatever. The moon trines Venus, exalted Venus, and in the afternoon the moon trines Saturn. So it's like a chill, somber, pleasant Sunday, gearing up for kind of a whopper of a Monday, next Monday. So enjoy it, or like prepare your body and mind for whatever's coming on Monday. I mean, you might get a little sneaky bit of it on Sunday night because some of the first aspects that come up next Monday are the sun trining Uranus and the moon sextiling Uranus. So Sunday night might be like the element of surprise is totally there, for better or for worse. I missed you. And remember, your Wi-Fi is a camera that can see through walls.